My wife got sent home from her job, not in some kind of bad way. It's just that they found that her office was like really unhealthy, and so they sent all the employees home. Okay, it wasn't a bad way, but in a good way that she came home. In a bad reason, you know what? She's home indefinitely. And when she came home, she needs a second monitor. We weren't set up for her to work from home. We're set up for me to work from home. So she needed a second monitor, and that meant she gets to steal mine. Now I'm upstairs with just my iMac, which is a nice big screen, but I had a matching 27-inch Apple monitor, and now she has a laptop with the 27-inch Apple monitor. And in order to see that monitor above the laptop, because she needs it above it instead of beside it, and it's like a whole, it's a whole thing. Anyway, she has it stacked up on books. And since we don't know how long she's going to be home, she needs a little stand for that monitor to sit on. She doesn't know that she needs it. She's perfectly content with it sitting on a stack of books. I, however, am not, because I want her to have a lovely work environment because she's my wife. And I want her to be happy because that makes me happy. So I thought, why don't we make her something to set that monitor on? But it kind of, the idea kind of ballooned out from there. Okay, first of all, I have a bunch of leftover cedar. Well, I say a bunch, not a bunch. A bunch is the wrong word. It's not a bunch. I would call it a bundle from where I redid the steps in our garage. How did I know that I had enough of it? How did I know the dimensions? How did I know what I was doing? Well, since I want all this to be a surprise, I waited for her to go on a little walk while she was outside. And then I snuck in there with my camera really fast so you could see me measure. So I know the dimensions and everything, but then when I got to thinking about it, I was like, I kind of want to make it look a little bit fancier. I want it to look like something really nice, something she'd like. And I can do that with a couple of different types of wood, or I could stain the sides and then leave the top more of a natural wood. However, none of that was customized for her. So then I thought, how do I customize it? What should I do? So then I had an idea. I got on thingiverse.com. And I found one of her favorite things on this planet, Simon's cat. Here, I'll show you. See, there he is, Simon's cat. Isn't he cute? It's like he's climbing. And he's done. This little Simon's cat in particular has this rim around the top. And so what I was thinking was I could lightly kind of dab it in some paint and then imprint him on the sides, like he's, sliding down or clawing down, like he's just sort of like down the sides of the thing. Anyway, it'll customize it for her, and she'll really, really like it. So that's the plan. Can I make it? I have no idea. I've never made one before, but we'll find out. Let's figure it out. Let's go. Here we go. whoa, time out. Cut on this whole operation here. So you just saw me trying to use a 3D printed Simon's cat. My plan was to paint that white and use it kind of like a stencil. No, not a stencil. Is a stencil always a negative? Anyway, I was gonna paint it white and then stamp it. I was gonna stamp it. I was gonna use it like a stamp onto the sides, each side of the workpiece, and that did not go at all according to plan. For the record, I did originally think, if only I had a laser CNC, I would just engrave this into the sides before I put it together. Looking at you, Xtool. So I could have just taken the 3D print and traced it, or made
something from scratch, whatever, in Adobe Illustrator, made the vector graphic, and done it with laser CNC, and had an engraving, and everything would have been fine.
And then you could fill in the engraving with a syringe and epoxy, or paint it in with a small brush. I could do all that, but the point is that, you know, it's already constructed, and now I can't. So, because it's too tall to stick under a machine. And plus, you know, I don't own the machine. There's numerous ways that we could have done this, and I chose what seems to be the only way that doesn't work. So the fix, of course, was sanding it down, obviously, and restaining it. So I sanded it down and restained it on the side there, as you can see. Everything's fine, no harm done, it's fine. So then I really didn't want to let go of the whole Simon's cat thing, because it's customized for Amy, and she loves Simon's cat, and I really want her to love this thing that I'm making for her, that I worked so hard to make for her. So what I decided to do was print just the outline. And I had to look it up because I've never done this, but CA glue apparently will adhere anything to anything, as it turns out. So who knew? All of you, that's who knew. I'm the only one that didn't know. This guy. I'm going to take the outline of Simon's cat here, and I'm going to adhere it to the sides of the workpiece, and that should be sufficient to hold it there just fine. And then after that, we'll put on the polyurethane coats. And by the time that we do that, everything should be totally fine. You know, it should be stuck there for life. All right, we're gonna move ahead. Sorry to slow you down. All in all, I think the project went pretty well. It seems to have gone pretty well. It turned out pretty well. It looks pretty. It's good. You know, it's fine. A computer monitor will sit on top of it. So there we go. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm new here on YouTube. Well, I'm not new on YouTube. That's false. That's false advertising. Before I was doing this, whatever this is, I actually have no idea what I'm doing. But before that, I was a cinematographer for about a decade. And the majority of my work was working for corporations and doing product, you know, marketing kind of stuff. And so what I know how to do is make products look good and make them sizzle, if you will. I'm new to shop videos on YouTube. Maker. I'm new to maker things on YouTube. So if you would consider liking and subscribing and ringing the bell for notifications and commenting, you know what? I will take subscribing and commenting. That'd be good. So let me know what I did wrong, because I know you want to. I know you want to. I can see it in your eyes right now. Please subscribe.